Today's goal is I can evaluate algebraic expressions using the order of operations. We have been practicing the order of operations so much. Now I'm going to give you an expression. I'm going to give you an expression and a value for a variable or values for variables, and you have to take those values and plug them into the expression, then use the order of operations. So when you're plugging a value into an expression, you're substituting. It's time. Go ahead and make sure you have your note packet out. Open up to lesson 1.3, writing and evaluating expressions. Be mindful that we need to get 7 examples in our notes, so let's plan for 3 on the front, 4 on the back. Here are the directions, and I need you to write them with me for number 1. We are going to evaluate when x, nope, I lied, when a equals 2 and b equals 4. So our first expression is 6 times a plus 2 times b, notice how I'm writing that multiplication, minus 5. So now what we're going to do is we're going to plug these given values for the variable into the expression. So we're going to substitute them in. Looks like this. 6 times, we're going to plug 2 in for a, plus 2 times, we're going to plug 4 in for b, minus 5. So now using those order of operations, we're going to look for grouping, exponents, multiplication or division from left to right, addition or subtraction from left to right. Do we have multiplication? Or do we have grouping symbols? No. Do we have exponents? No, we have multiplication. So 6 times 2 and 2 times 4, I can actually take care of both of those right away. That gives me 12 plus 8 minus 5. I'm done with my multiplication or division. Looking for addition or subtraction, I have both. So I have to be mindful again, because the rule is for addition and subtraction, they're on the same level. You do whichever comes first as you go from left to right. So addition comes first. That's what we're going to start with. 12 plus 8 is 20. Bring down what I haven't worked with. When I evaluated this expression for the given variable values, I get 15. Here is problem 2. We're going to evaluate, write that with me next to 2. This time when a is equal to 2 and b is equal to, whoopsies, 1/2. Okay, so here's our expression. We have 2 times the group a plus 10 times b, take away 3. We're going to substitute these values, 1/2 and 2, in for the variables in our expression since we're given those. So I'm going to go 2 times, the value of a is 2, so I'm going to plug 2 in for a, plus 10, remember this is 10b, 10 times b, 10 times 1/2, plug 1/2 in for b, and I'm going to take away 3. Now using the order of operations, because we have multiple operators inside an expression, we're looking for parentheses or our grouping symbols first, exponents, multiplication or division, addition or subtraction. So do we have grouping symbols? Yes. Inside the grouping symbols, I have addition and multiplication. Can I pick whichever one I want to come first? No, I have to be mindful. Multiplication comes before addition, so remember you still have to use the order of operations inside parentheses. It's like you start over in your checklist when you go into a grouping symbol. So we have 10 times 1/2. Half of 10 is 5. Fill in what I haven't done. My grouping symbol still has to stay around it, right? Now we're going to start again. Do I have grouping symbols still? Yes, so I need to focus there. 2 times 5 is 7. The grouping symbols come off, right? Because I took care of everything inside of them. This 2 next to the parenthesis here means 2 times the group 2 plus 5. So we want to be mindful of that invisible multiplication. This is 2 times 7 minus 3. My grouping symbols are done. I don't have exponents. I have multiplication, so I'm going to take care of that next. Now I'm done with that. I just have subtraction. And 14 take away 3 is 11. There we go. We evaluated the expression when our variable values were 2 and 1/2. Don't be intimidated when you have a fraction as a value for your variable. Number 3. This time I'm going to change the word up. Instead of saying evaluate, I'm going to have you write simplify when x equals 3. So our expression is 1/3 the group, 15 minus some number, we'll call it x right now, plus 7. We're going to plug 3 in for x, so it's going to look like this. 1/3 times 15 minus 3 plus 7. So using those order of operations, right, we got our grouping symbols, exponents, multiplication or division from left to right, addition or subtraction. So do we have grouping symbols? Yes, we do. That's where we're going to start. 15 minus 3, 12. This 1/3 outside the parenthesis is multiplying, so it's 12 times 1/3, or 1/3 times 12 plus 7. Done with my grouping symbols. I don't have exponents. I have multiplication, so that's where I'm going to start. 1/3 of 12 is 4. Drop down what I haven't worked with yet. 4 plus 7, done with that, is 11. So we simplified the expression when the value of the unknown was 3. Example 4, here we go. You are probably moving on to the back now of your note sheet. We need to simplify, using that word again, simplify when c equals 15. We just have one variable here. So our expression is 9/5 c plus 32. So noticing 9/5 is right next to c, I have invisible multiplication, right? So I'm going to plug 15 in for c plus 32. Now I have to use order of operations, and you might be looking at this part right here and going, oh my gosh, I don't remember how to do that. If you need a little refresher, so in your notes here on the back side, do you see that left-hand column is blank? The left-hand column is blank. In the left-hand column, here's what I want you to write with me. In the left-hand column, okay? So we're going to practice. So the left-hand column, I know mine is on the right here, but we're going to practice right now. So we have 9/5 times 15. How do you write a whole number as a fraction? You put it over 1. Simplify before you multiply. Take every numerator to every denominator. 9 to 5, can I simplify? 15 to 1? No. How about 15 to 5? Yes. How about 9 to 1? No. So I can simplify right here. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 9 times 3 is 27. 1 times 1 is 1. So that simplifies to be 27. So this right here gives me 27 plus 32. I have 59. Okay? Don't be intimidated by those fractions when you're adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing them. You got that. If you were with us last year in 6th grade, we worked on that a lot. Here's our 5th example. We are going to simplify when, we only have one variable this time, x equals 2. So our expression is, in the grouping symbol, 2x squared minus 5 to the power of x minus 4. Now, x has a value of 2, so we're going to plug 2 in wherever we see x. So it's going to look like this. 2 times, let's plug 2 in for x, raise that to the second power, minus 5, raise that to the second power, minus 4. Now, using the order of operations, I'll put my checklist over here, grouping symbols, exponents, multiplication or division, addition or subtraction. Do I have grouping symbols? Yes, I do. I got to start inside the grouping symbols. So my grouping symbols are the parentheses here. I have multiplication, exponents, and subtraction. When we go inside the grouping symbol, order of operations, our checklist starts over. So I have exponents. I don't have any grouping symbols inside my grouping symbols, but I have exponents. Sorry, I jumped ahead there. So I'm going to take care of that first. 2 squared is 4 minus 5. Now all of this is raised to the second power, right? I'm going to go back into my grouping symbol. I can't check that off yet. Do I have exponents in there? No. Do I have multiplication or division? Yes. So that's where I'm going to go. 2 times 4 is 8. That still has to stay inside the grouping symbol because I haven't taken care of everything inside of there. I'm going to start again. Got to go back into the grouping symbol. 8 minus 5 is 3. Now the parentheses come off. Don't forget that whatever was in the group was being squared. So I need to make sure that I bring down that exponent. Minus 4. Now I can check off grouping symbols. I have exponents. 3 to the second power is 9. Remember, it means 3 times 3. Filling in what I haven't done, I am left with 5. Yes. Wow, that was a good one. Here is our last, or second to last example, sorry. Example 6, we are going to evaluate when, we're going to have one variable, x equals 4. So our expression is 3 times the group x minus 2 divided by 2 raised to the power of x minus 3. What? This is just wow. We got this. We're going to plug 4 in for wherever we see the variable x. So we have, I'm going to go off to the right here. We have 3 times the group 4 minus 2 divided by 2 raised to the power of 4 minus 3. Now, let's go ahead and let's use the order of operations. So our grouping symbol, exponents, multiplication or division, addition or subtraction. Do we have grouping symbols? Yes, we do. The fraction bar here is grouping more than one term on the top and more than one term on the bottom. So let's start with the numerator place here, the top part of our fraction bar. Let's go ahead and let's simplify that first. So we have, whenever we're working inside grouping symbols, our checklist for order of operations starts over. So do we have grouping symbols on the top there? Yes, we do. That's where we need to start, okay? So we have 4 minus 2, which is 2 times 3 all over. Now let's simplify the bottom part too. We're going to take care of this exponent piece first because 2 is being raised to whatever the simplified version of 4 minus 3 for the exponent is. So 4 minus 3 is 1, so 2 to the first power. Now we still have this gigantic grouping symbol here. It's grouping more than one term on top and it's grouping an expression on the bottom. So let's go ahead and let's keep simplifying numerator and then denominator. So 3 times 2 is 6. 2 to the first power is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. There we go. We did it. All right, we got one more. Number 7, last one. We are going to evaluate when, well, we got 2 variables this time. C equals 4, D equals 2, okay? Our expression that we're going to work with is this. 2CD squared divided by C times D minus C. Oh my goodness. All right, let's plug those values. Let's substitute those values in for the variable. Now remember, invisible multiplication is taking place in a lot of different places here. So just be aware of that. So we have 2 times the value of C is 4 times the value of D is 2 raised to the second power divided by C, which is 4, times, remember, C, D, two variables directly next to each other, the value of D, which is 2, minus 4. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the order of operations, our grouping symbols, exponents, multiplication or division, addition or subtraction. Do we have grouping symbols? No, we do not this time. The last one, we had enough grouping symbols in there, didn't we? Exponents. Yes, 2 to the second power is 4. Bring down everything you haven't worked with yet. This is a minus. Exponents are done. Do I have multiplication or division? Yes, we're going to work it from left to right. Okay? So we have 2 times 4 times 4. We can actually take care of all of this together. 2 times 4 is 8. Times 4 is 32. Bring that down. The commutative property of multiplication allows us to change the order and make it a little bit easier or take care of all of this right away. So let's start again. We have 32 divided by 4. Sorry, that's a 4. Times 2 minus 4. I still have multiplication or division. Remember, they're on the same level, so you got to work them from left to right. So I'm going to start with 32 divided by 4, which is 8. Bring down everything I haven't worked with. Now, I can't check off multiplication or division yet. I have multiplication left, so 16 minus 4. 12. I ran out of some space there, so I had to go up next door. All right, we evaluated algebraic expressions. We substituted values in for the variable, and a reminder that these values have to be given to you. We use the order of operations to help us do that.